What's going on, draft geeks, draft nerds, draft virgins? This is your boy DMV back with a special project. So this time I'm actually going to do a 2-for-1 special. We're going to do two of my sleeper linebackers. If you guys had an opportunity to look at the thumbnail, we're going to do Darius Muasau and Marist Liufau in what I believe is two of the linebackers that are, so they have somewhat old school qualities to their game. So we're gonna start with Darius Muasau. Now, hey, look, I tried my very best to do these last names. I looked up pronunciation. If I'm doing it wrong, I apologize. But the purpose of this video is to educate. And these two prospects are as tough as they come. So we're gonna start with Darius, man. And my notes for him is I have great downhill. Pursuit and hustle are on 100. I would say 1,000. You know what I'm saying? His angles, the way that he reads keys, man, is damn near flawless when it comes to that, man. I really like his eyes at the linebacker position. Not only just his eyes, but his physicality. You heard on the opening clip, man. It can sound off sometimes when he hits, and that's exactly what NFL teams are looking at linebacker right now. If you look at the teams that had deep playoff runs, I mean, the sound guys in those NFL playoff games probably had a ball with all of the hits, all of the pads. That's what you're going to get out of Darius as a linebacker. Tough nose. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hear terms in football like tough nose and slobber knock, oh, I mean, that might be a wrestling term. But I can't think smash mouth. Like you think of him, you think of an old school type of linebacker. And I actually have an old linebacker comp to him, and I'll save that towards the end of this. Played at Hawaii for 37 games, 25 starts. So he is a veteran, not only at UCLA, but another school. All Mountain West player, second team Pac-12. Um, like I said, hard hitter, good closing speed. The biggest thing that stands out to me is how he reads his keys. Linebacker sense. He has the instincts of a true linebacker, and that's being lost in today's game. A lot of the time, people are putting safeties at linebackers now, where they don't have the instincts that true linebackers have. But if you watch him play, he flies around and he plays the position like it's supposed to be played. Some of the cons that I have: I don't think he's going to time well. When I looked up, it looked like he might run a 4.8 in the 40. That's not going to look good opposed to a lot of the other linebackers that are running 4.5s. And, you know what I'm saying? The other con that I have is, Pac-12 comp, Mountain West comp. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the guys that he's going to be competing against in this draft have actual experience against some of the top level competition. But with that being said, you watch this guy's tape, flies around, excellent prospect. I'm expecting him to be a mid-round gem, similar to how Ivan Pace was last year. When my guy talked up Ivan Pace, this is what this player is right here. Darius, look for him. Shrine Bowl, killed it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely turned eyes at the Shrine Bowl. Shout out to my guys that covered it. They did a very good job of covering it. Professor O was the one who put me on Darius as a prospect. And shout out to those guys over there. But if you're in the market for a linebacker in the mid rounds, Darius Muasau is your guy. And now we're going to talk about Marist Liufau. Man, when I first watched his tape, the biggest thing that stands out to me is his stature. He's 6'2", 239 pounds. And when I looked it up, I'm like, well, how fast does this guy run? Because if you see some of his hustle plays, he looks like he's flying off the screen. He's supposed to run around in the 4.5s. So that's pretty scary. And you know that he's a Notre Dame linebacker. So Notre Dame linebackers have that pedigree of being able to play instinctual football at the linebacker position. But here are some of my pros. Here are some of my cons. And as I'm talking that, you'll see some of the clips in the background. I love his communication. For me, that's the number one thing that I see out of him is his communication, talking to the guys on the back end, lining guys up, calling out plays at the line of scrimmage. you could tell that he watches a lot of film. You know, you could tell that he's in the film room a lot, and he's a student of the game. Excellent at coverage. I think that that's probably the best thing that he does at linebackers, being able to drop in coverage, take away some of the easy reads up the hash. Some of the vertical concepts, he's very, very good at that, and being able to spy the quarterback. His IQ allows him to call out plays. So I talked about that. And if you watch and you dive into a lot of his tape, you'll see he's one of those guys that at the line of the scrimmage, he's always constantly talking to the people around him pre-snap. And that is a very, very important quality to have at the NFL level. That's a con. I think he could possibly be a green dot. So, guys, if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notebook here, because I want to give you guys the notes that I actually took, the time and wrote down. His pass rush moves are, we'll get into the cons now. His pass rush moves are, but he's very, very good spy, though. Very, very good spy. And in today's game, you need that with these mobile quarterbacks being able to move around. I think that he has good linebacker instincts, but not so much as a rusher. But some of the times his linebacker instincts, and I don't know if it's scheme or not, because Notre Dame has one of those schemes where, everybody has to do their job. So you do this, and, you might not make the tackles. And if you look at the tackle numbers between him and J.D. Bertrand, neither one of those guys had a whole bunch of tackles because everybody had their own responsibilities. So I don't know if he's able to shed the blockers and stuff the way that we would like to see our linebackers do most of the time. But some of the times it looks like he's out of gap. A linebacker can press the line of scrimmage and easily manipulate him. So he needs to work on that a little bit. That's not anything that a coach can't coach him up on, but that's some of the things that I picked up on. Missed tackles and open space a little bit. I think he could be better at that. And sometimes he takes, bad angles. But outside of that, man, I think that this prospect right here, in my mind, I'm thinking he's probably going to be around the 3rd, 4th round. And I think that that's a good place for him. A good situation, good coaching could make him a mainstay in this NFL because of his IQ. He's not a punk. He's very, very, he's physical. So he's not afraid of linemen coming at him and being able to try and shed blocks and to run right through him. He's not afraid of that at all. I think coaching can take him a long way. As far as a day one prospect and being able, like a 1st round, 2nd round, no, that's not him. He still needs work to do. But I do think that this is a very, very good prospect. You guys should dive into the film and let me know what you think of Marist Liufau. So that's it, man. These are how I'm going to do my draft videos from now on. I'm not going to add a whole bunch of film study to it, except for my notes. I'm going to talk about my notes, and then I'll play a few clips here and there. YouTube won't allow me to be great. XSO Digital Sports or whatever, they hit my channel up, got a copyright strike. So being a little bit more careful right now as it comes to content, but this is strictly for educational purposes and for you guys to go out and do your homework and let me know what you guys think as well. Also, man, if you have some other prospects out there that you want to see covered, there's a couple ways that you can do it. You can put it in the comment section and maybe I'll get to it. But if you become a member, I'm going to start doing Zoom calls. And because, because I'm such a film guy, we can start doing Zoom calls as members, and that's what we're going to do. And when you give me prospects over the Zoom call, we'll watch it real time and we can take notes together. But appreciate you guys for tuning in. We out. Peace.